Good day and welcome everybody. Today is my first world tour and I'll be showing off what I've built in my survival world called UA, all done on my PlayStation 4. Enjoy the world tour and please let me know if you want to see any other videos in the future. So let's start with my starter house. I created this world around June last year. I started again because of the new Nether updates. In the same seed, but decided I want to start over as soon as the new Nether update came out. So yeah, starting to show you around for a little bit now. Little bit of a shed. Got a lava pool right there to get rid of any stuff I don't need. So like, you know, your rotten flesh and anything like that. I'm in creative right now, just show you around for a little bit. Got a balcony over there and coming in here. We got my living room over here. Got some cats, a dog chilling over there on the couch. A little bit of the map of the farm area. We'll go there in a little bit. Over here I got my kitchen. A map, not that much. Been waiting for the mountain update to drop before I go into any other areas. So over here I've got my bed. Access to the balcony. Right up here I've got an enchanting area with a grindstone and of course an anvil to put books on anything I need. Up here I got a little place to get a shower as soon as I've done all the dirty work. Getting back down. And I'll show you what else I've built here. I've got a infinite water source in the kitchen. Found them on the internet, they're pretty neat. So going out here, this was my starter house, so first thing I needed then was a storage. So I started that boy right over here. It's got multiple levels going down into the ground right there. I think it's about 5 or 6 levels. Fully filled with chests. I also made a little bit of a redstone entrance in the front. Show you right here. Just push brush blade, get up in there. So yeah, that's my storage building. After that we'll come over to the right side and we'll see the entrance to my strip mine. Little bit of work. Made it with a little bit of stone on the outside, a bit of granite. So it would look like something is going on there. And we will see as soon as we go in. I've got a little bit of a special entrance for this as well. Push the button, fall down, and the slime will catch you. And this is the start of my strip mine. And you will see I've got a fair bit of amount of stone out of here. Just so I can make the roofs and everything I needed for all the things in the village you see around me. This was way before I got my stone generator or anything like that, so yeah, all manual labor. Getting back out here, I made a little bit of a farm. This is actually one of the builds I did recently. I wanted to get back into building in this area and this was the building that I've made. Bit of the nether ward. I've got all my cats and dogs chilling in there that I don't use at this time, but they'll get a spot eventually. Made some little greenhouse right over here. Then coming over to the other side, I've made a house for one of my friends who plays with me on this world very frequently. So he needed a place to stay as well, and it adds a little bit to the aesthetics of the town. Just having another building there makes it feel more alive. So yeah, very proud of this one. Coming back more to the center, I've made a river. This wasn't actually here, but I plan to make a waterfall in the back, just like I did over here, maybe bigger. Coming over here I made a custom tree, the first one I ever did, and I plan on doing a lot more, maybe not like this, but still planning on doing a lot more custom trees. All of this was Plains biome, so I made that river as well. Next up is the building where you can find my nether portal. Then going over here to the other side, I've made a little library. Can't say I'm not proud of this one. It's got a tower on the side and it's big enough to house every book in the game. I'll show you the inside. So I got a lot of chests in there. Still have to put the books in though. Made a chandelier and I got a cat hanging out over there on the desk. And over here, right next to the library, is the place where I do my brewery. Make my fire protection potions and all the potions to kill my villagers after they have been transformed into a zombie. Take a quick look at the inside over here. Got some flowers. Also put an infinite water source right here, hidden away in the stairs. Bit of storage for all the potions that I've traded with the piglins. Then after that, the final build in this part of my world is my horse stables with 8 skeleton horses right there. Still love these bad boys. And I also got a little bit of a special friend right over here. I called him Void Pig. And of course I've got Jep chilling out over here. And I see we're just in time for a secret horse meeting. That's cool. Coming over here next, I'm planning on building an entire city. I've dug it out once and then my world corrupted, so I've been a little hesitant since to continue digging. But yeah, I've built one of these towers so far and it's got a mob farm all the way in the top. So when I hang out there, none of the other mobs on the ground will load in. It's pretty efficient. It's right there with the place where I collect my items in the bottom. Over here I got my beacon set up for now. It's got all the perks loaded in. So you can see the fire bubbles around me. Coming over here, I've got another custom river. It's a little bit thin at the moment, but I will make it look like it's a real Minecraft river going on here. But I'm still getting there. Coming over here, I make my farm area because everybody needs to eat and you cannot start out with like golden apples and golden carrots all the time. So I made a farm area to get everything I needed. This is the map we saw previously in my starter house. And I've got everything in here from rabbits to carrots and from pumpkins to sheep, so it's pretty cool. I started it off with this big greenhouse and I decided I wanted to expand it into an old farm area, and this is what it looks like. Back to the greenhouse, it all started with, it was a design that I actually saw on the channel of Mythical Sausage and I've been using it ever since. It lets the bees pollinate the crops and that makes them grow faster, and it's a really easy way to save you a lot of time in the game. And this is what it looks from the outside. I made it a little bit bigger than I originally intended, but then I wanted to have every crop in the game in there, but also still have every farm on the outside. So I have a wheat farm right next to it and every other animal is in here too. So I got chickens, cows, carrot farm right behind it, potato field, beetroots, sheep, chicken, donkeys, everything a farmer could ever want. I put it in here, and I had a lot of fun building it at the time. So I enjoyed this piece of my world. Let me know what you think, and we'll be going on to the next part. And the next part of my world I'll be showing you is my industrial area. And I've got a lot of things that I wanted to show you in here. And I'll start with my iron farm. This design is actually by Playz. I found it on YouTube. I've tweaked it a little, placed the beds in a different order, but it still works and it gets me lots of iron. So sometimes I AFK here for like half an hour, maybe an hour, and I get plenty of iron. And I use plenty of iron. After that we'll go over to the other side of the bridge, where we will find my sheep farm. And by sheep farm I mean every color of wool you could possibly ever want or need in the game. This design was also done by the same guy that did the crop farm, which is Mythical Sausage. So if you're interested in this build, go to his channel and check it out. Over here I got a little bit of bridge action. And my animal farm, which gives me all the kinds of meat that are in the game. Then after that I've had a farm for my turtles here for the longest time, and I wanted to expand it. Made it into a place where I can also get all the seagrass I want and all the coral by this little machine. I've got all the bone meal to get it going, and behind the store, if it would let me in, please, we will find my turtles, which are hiding down there at the moment. Named them after the Ninja Turtles. I know, very, very original. And on the top of this I've got a sea pickle farm. And as you can see, this will provide you with all the sea pickles that you will ever need in a game. From the outside I made it look like this. And then next to that is the villager trading hall, which is also an iron farm, but it doesn't work the same as the one I showed you before, and also gives me less iron, but I've got more villagers in there, so it's a little bit weird, but it works. And the main idea for this thing was a villager trading hall after all, so I didn't care that much. But I'll show you how it works. Over there I can collect the iron that I do get, and down over here I've got a zombie spawner that will allow me to spawn in zombies, which will after that get sent back up to where my villagers are through a bubble column, which is hidden away somewhere over there in the wall, traveling up like that, and they'll be able to get behind the villagers, walk right out over there onto some trapdoors, which is hooked up to a redstone system That will allow me to open all the trapdoors at once and make the zombie disappear. Over here you can see the trapdoors behind the villagers. It works for all of them. Sometimes when we are here we will see an iron golem spawn in. Not at this point, of course not. But normally you will see them spawn in right over there on that ledge. They'll fall down into the water and be turned into iron ingots and some poppies. On the other side of the water we will find my flower farm and bee farm. It's got a lot of farms in there actually, and I'll show you all of them. So this is the flower farm, which provides me with a lot of different dyes and bone meal, and it comes in very handy. And right on top of that I've got a second floor where I built the same machine, but for the things that grow in the nether. So it will give me all the mushrooms and all the different kind of warts and vines that will grow in the nether typically, and I use them for mainly decoration. And in here we've got my crop farm, which bone meals instantly, and after that I can harvest it instantly. Over here I got my bamboo farm and my sugarcane farm and my cactus farm, which all work on moving the sand back and forth, all the same design. They're all from the channel of Playz on YouTube, so if you on YouTube, please give him a view. It will help you out a lot with a lot of these builds. In the back I have my bee farm over there, and it doesn't work yet, but I will get it to work soon. Also decided that the outside needed a little bit more life, so I added that horse and carriage right over there next to the stone farm, which looks like this. So coming inside here, I'll show you how my stone generator works. It's also designed by Playz, and it works with pistons pushing the stone forward after that it's been generated by some water and lava, which is behind the pistons right now. But it will give you a lot of stone, and I've been using it a lot, and it helps me out with a lot of my builds. And over here I've got pretty much the same thing, but for basalt, so it's on the soul soil. And it generates very quickly. Gives me a lot of basalt, as you can see right over here. Heading into the back, where I've got this big machine, which is used to smelt kelp into kelp blocks, which is my main source of fuel at this point. Been using it a lot. Over here I've got my super smelter, which melts all the blocks that I want in this game. So if I want smooth stone, I'll use it, and pretty much any other thing that I have a lot of that I need to use an oven for, I'll put it in here, and after a while I can collect it down here. Next to the stone farm I've got this wood farm, which I'm really proud of. This is a design that's actually from SilentWisperer. It's built with a lot of pistons and observers, and pushes the tree back and gives you a lot of wood instantly, instead of just having to wait for trees to grow. So I'll show you how it works. The tree will grow, gets picked up by some sticky pistons and will get pushed away into the back over here, where you can have anything set up to maybe blow it up or something else, but I choose to just do it manually because I don't like TNT looping and things like that. And I wasn't supposed to hit that wall, but I'm creative right now, so it doesn't really matter. Over here I've got a place where I can bone meal all the saplings that I've got left from using the tree farm, and that will give me back bone meal to use again in the machine, so I'm very proud of this one. And over here I've got a mushroom farm, which doesn't work yet, but I'll get it to work later, just the same as with the bee farm. I don't use a lot of mushrooms, but they should be collected down there by the minecart, but there's not much happening. But I'll show you what I have down here. Which is my gold farm, and this is also a design that was made by Playz, but I tweaked it a little because he uses lava and I cannot use lava because he has his fire spread turned on, so instead I use flint and steel, which I put into this chest right over here, which is hooked up to a dispenser. Got this whole redstone spaghetti, and if I flick the levers right over here, that will turn on the portal, and this one will make it go on and off again. That will trigger in the piglins and will provide me with all the gold I will ever need inside of this game. And back on the outside I've got my village. This is the very first village that I've ever built myself. There used to be a village on the other side here on the island, but I moved it over here and made sure that every profession is in there. So my first cleric was in there, and my first mending villager actually also came from this village. I'm still planning on redoing this village in the style that I built the rest of this area in right now, but for now it can stay the way it is. And I will do that some other time. That's pretty much every build I've done so far over here in the industrial area. And one more thing I wanted to show you is way out there in the ocean. And that is my squid farm, which is also a guardian farm, but it doesn't seem like that at this point. But we've got a temple underneath and cleared out all the spawn points except one, which is also a tutorial by Playz on YouTube. You can check it out if you want to try the killer in there, which kills all the guardians and gets you all the drops. And over here I built a squid farm so I can harvest all the ink sacs to make the dark prismarine. I've got a minecart running underneath it, and that will collect all the drops that will fall onto the magma cubes, and that will provide me with all the bones, fish and ink sacs I will ever need. Back in my own scented town, there's one more thing I wanted to show you, which is everything I've done so far in the nether. Normally I would just walk down the side or use my elytra to fly down, and then I would come over here to the place where I started my first gold farm, when I found out that piglins could be useful to get a lot of gold. And I've made that in the traditional way of using magma cubes to spawn them in huge circles, but it didn't work out as intended. I used to have a piglin trader right over here, but I wanted more than I had, and build a new one. So this was where my gold farm used to be, and it's now the one with the nether portal in the overworld that I showed you before. And this is my piglin trading farm, so it has about 6 chests worth of stuff in here that I can still use. All the stuff will get collected by minecarts hidden away behind this wall. Well, normally hidden away behind that wall. And over here I've got 10 piglins waiting for some gold to drop out of some dispensers that will get fed by this minecart. Drop the gold ingots, and I'll show you how it works. Get the gold in there. Then I flick the switch to make sure that gold block in the back is moving, which will make sure the piglins trade instantly. And right over there you could see the obsidian jump up, which will get collected by the minecarts. And that will provide you with all the things the piglins can trade. And this is also the machine I use to get all of the trades the piglins give, such as blackstone and gravel, which are amazing. Especially if you're building a lot like I am. So yeah, this is pretty much it for now. Please let me know what you think about this video in the comments, and leave a like if you like this video. Share it with everybody you know, and I hope to see you on the next video. Goodbye.